Hi everyone, it's Patrick here again. Thank you so much for listening to these stories. These were shared from our subscribers and also family members. Well, I'm quite sure that we all had lost someone that is very dear to us. So here, I'm hoping that we could learn to not take anyone for granted. Let us all love and care for the people that are very close to us each and every day. If you love more of these stories, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you have a story to share with us, please feel free to PM us as well. My grandfather, a gentle, kind and loving man. He was the breadwinner of the family, and he worked extremely hard for his children. Well, raising 3 kids alone was the toughest thing. Your dad and his 2 sisters were the best blessings that I've ever had. That is what he always told us grandkids. Well, it was the toughest thing that strikes our family when we heard a call from Aunt Kelly saying that Granddad has passed away. The whole family gathered at the house that night to say our last goodbye to him. It was at midnight, around 12:30 in the morning, when everyone was asleep from being heartbroken. Me and my little brother, being 9 and 8 at that time, heard the bell ring. We both walked down the stairs and we felt a warming presence behind the door. So we opened it, and standing there, it was him. It was grandfather. He stood there and stared at us. Tears were dripping down from both ours and his. When he puts his hands on both our heads and said,
"I love all of you with my heart."
We still miss him very much until today. I love you, Grandpa. There's this one day that the neighborhood security guard knocks on our door on a Monday night. He told us,
"An old man came to your house last night. He knocked on your door and rang the doorbell for 15 minutes and finally left."
When I asked him what he wanted, he told me he needed to say goodbye to someone he never had the chance to meet. We were thinking, who is this old man? When the guard came in, he shouted,
"That's the old man!"
pointing at a picture of my grandfather. My entire family froze for a minute. Why were the entire family not home last night? Well, we were attending a funeral. My grandfather's funeral. Well, until today, I'm not so sure if the guard was telling the truth, But I like to believe that my granddad wanted to say goodbye to my little brother that was born a month ago. The time when my grandfather was in a coma from a heart failure. Hi everyone. This is a little bit hard for me. I kind of still miss my grandmother every time I recall this story. And now, finally, I'm going to tell this story. I would like to thank KLPM boys for listening to my stories and even putting it out for me. Here goes. My grandmother, strong, kind and a warming little old lady. You know, that kind of grandkid treatment that you get.
你吃了早餐没? Have you had your breakfast?
You know, this kind of grandmother stuff. Kind of funny. And warming too. You know, to think about all those expressions that she had back in those days. And she was healthy and able to walk. My grandmother, 89 years old woman. She was strong till the very end. She was struck by Parkinson and later leads to dementia and rheumatoid arthritis. She was not able to walk and also loses her memory about us. She wasn't able to recognize any one of us. Well, it was one day, coming back from school around 6 p.m. My dad was out buying some groceries and my mom was at the kitchen when all of a sudden that the home phone rang. I ran to the phone, picked it up. A buzzing sound was all I heard in the beginning. Then I heard a faint
Hello.
I kept saying, "Hello? Who is this?" Then Grandma's voice appears.
Hey Billy, just want to call you and listen to your voice one last time. I love you and goodbye.
Then the call was over. Mom walked in from the kitchen, rubbing her hands with a towel and asked,
Who was the caller?
and I said, It was Grandma. And in that particular second, the door in the living room opened. And Dad came running in and tell us that Aunt Teresa, she called. She said that Grandma had passed away, and it had been quite some time. The medic came to Grandma's house and examined that she had passed away around 2:30 p.m. Until today, me and my mom would still believe that Grandma was waiting for her grandson to come home at 6 p.m. so that she could call and say her goodbyes.